Hello everybody, welcome to our presentation. In this talk, we would like to present to you about the case of Circle K Vietnam. To begin this presentation, we will go through the table of content. So, Circle K has been established since 1951 in Texas, US. Circle K is the first international convenience store chain in Vietnam. Established in 2008, run through the master license granted by Circle K US. Across Vietnam, there are currently more than 300 stores in Hanoi, Hạ Long, Ho Chi Minh City, Vũng Tàu, and Cần Thơ. As you know that the wholesale and retail sector is critical part for every economy, and in Vietnam, since 2018, it contributes about 4,397 trillion Vietnam dong to Vietnamese economy. This sector also contributes 3.4 billion US to FDI of Vietnamese economics. So now move on the part of Circle K Vietnam supply chain. We will begin this part with the procurement activity. Circle K apply the procurement to pay process diagram for procurement activity. Circle K forecast the number of goods based on the historical data of sales revenue. Besides that, buying decision also depend on season sense of demand. For instance, seasonal demand, competitive price in retail markets, and affordable price of material. After that, a purchase requisition is formed after all administrative requirement and financial budget is satisfied. Circle K use SAP Ariba solution to help company in locating supplier, rapidly tracking the market price and driving down pricing among suppliers. This technique provides Circle K with enhancement in visibility, transparency, and control to ensure that spending is compliant with the contracts and reducing the business risk. Other transportation and distribution. Circle K use trucks for majority project involving distribution process. Each truck will be stocked at the warehouse, and one truck will deliver product to more than one retail store. Circle K divide the store order into two types of package. First, full K refers to a full package purchasing order without the action of unpacking process. In contrast, a black K is less than a full packaging purchasing order with the need of unpackaging process. This type of process will go usually with many kinds of goods with the relative low volume per shipment. Related to the inbound process. Inbound process begins with the receiving product step. It based on the ship receipt that is negotiated with supplier in advance through email, call, and display on receiving schedule board. Quality check department is responsible for ensuring that the goods received satisfy the Circle K requirements such as ingredient, label, package, expiry date. Products are then attacked with the barcode side to keep prominent information and retain to the radio frequency gun. Besides that, Circle K also developed location checking integrated into its tag for easy accessibility to the storage location. Additionally, for imported products, Circle K Vietnam relabel the product to display information on Vietnamese language, including brand, price, ingredient, instruction, product reservation, and expiry date. The same inbound products are then placed on wet pallets and wrapped by manual wrap pallet machine. This action prevents the product from the risk of damage and inventory shrinkage. The pallets of products are then listed by the forklift and placed to the storage location, tend to the crack in between each rack. The outbound process begins with the approval of order document from the store put to the warehouse through the email. Circle K divides the store order into the full K and black K. To minimize the spending time and fuel cost, Circle K design a shipment in which there are various products are delivered to different destinations, aligned with the departure schedule board. Therefore, checking before logging step is extremely important. So now move on to the research one about the service quality and gap analysis. This research will begin with the part of partnership management. In the area of capability structuring, Circle K has focused on the team that they generate back and outsourcing on other functions to trust their partner. Therefore, maintaining the collaboration with many parties are extremely important with the company successful. Circle K has built its partnership based on their important and value gain to the company success. Circle K prioritize collaboration on supplier of goods and logistic providers such as transportation at their an arm's length manner. About the gap analysis, Circle K Vietnam is utilizing the Lean principle, in which they guide suppliers to produce standardized product in accordance with the customer demand, with the low rate and gain abstention from holding unnecessary inventory. They deploy the approach to minimize the waste and non-value-added activity in operation process. However, the retail market today is rapidly changing with a strong competition. To survive and achieve low sustainability, not just lower the inventory cost, the company is also required to obtain the strong solution to enhance the responsiveness of supply chains with the demand fluctuation. Circle K Vietnam claimed that the demand pattern is not constant for the whole year, with the gap of demand pattern between the highest season and the lowest season is at least 30%. If they pay on 30% to risk out the whole supply chain, for example, inbound, outbound storage process, the cost and inventory holding will significantly increase in low demand season. And of course, the risk of lack of human resources and material will increase in highest demand season. In other words, Circle K is now suffering from the delivery gap with uncertainty of demand and supply. To solve this problem, Circle K is suggested to apply the Azure principle in their retail supply chain. The Azure supply chain refers to the demand pool chain designed to deal with the demand fluctuation. The Azure supply chain framework is generated based on 4 attributes. The first one, virtuals. The Azure supply chain utilizes real-time data and updated information. Thus, it shares among associated departments to cater to the demand from its particular market segment, resulting in end-to-end visibility and to optimal the demand information acquisition and detect the problem occurrence in their network. Secondly, the Azure supply chain is also based on the factor of network space and process alignment, including the process of cost-managed inventory and collaborative product design, supported by the vendor-managed inventory techniques, which in turn in the synchronous supply chain. Lastly, market incentive is crucial attribute of the Azure supply chain. The demand forecasting is extremely important to obtain the customer perspective, especially in the markets with the high demand fluctuation. Agile supply chain assist company to work closely with customer for revisiting requirement and prioritize. This task is directed to process on the daily point of sale by focusing on the voice of customer and feedback from the client. Move on to the second resource. Circle K Vietnam employs the logistic provider to execute on classical logistic function with the focus on transportation. As the logistic provider operates distinct transportation modes, it is extremely important for Circle K to figure out which is the best model to enhance the environmental performance as well as the whole value chain. Besides that, the Circle K also hires third-party logistics for advanced logistic functions such as warehousing, cross-docking, inventory controls, and packaging design. So about the technological disruption, we will mention about the e-commerce. As you know that the emergent appearance of e-commerce such as Tiki, Shopee, Lazada has changed the customer accessibility to the necessary goods with the much more convenient shopping. Through the online marketing tool to target the new customer expectation and obtain the comprehensive insight into the customer expectation is about the e-commerce benefits. By contrast, it could be time-consuming for packing, traveling in retail outlets, and queuing for paying at the counter. This could be make the bricks and mortar store become less preferred. Thus, Circle K Vietnam is expected to do sufficient market research to catch up with business trending, especially online shopping model, and guide the business performance to meet with the customer expectation. So the next part is about the corporate social responsibility. As you know that since 2018, Circle K has utilized the EcoVadis platform as a standard for the vendor CSR performance assessment. This platform is used to evaluate their vendor in doing CSR through the international CSR standard, independently audited evaluation and analysis. Circle K also apply this platform for the logistic provider, such as transportation firm, to integrate them with the responsibility associated with energy, fuel, or emission. Related to the food safety, Circle K commit to provide a consistent basic about the food safety management worldwide, including documentation associated with food safety, hygiene policy, holding to an unannounced audits per store annually. This training material are released both in e-learning and classroom approach. Moreover, Circle K has utilized more energy efficient brighter LED lighting inside and out. This move not only provide clients with the safe shopping environment, but also eliminate their carbon footprint by up to 90%. So, based on the research, Circle K Vietnam should have a measure to eliminate the food waste at their supply chain. For example, they should monitor and adjusting their consumption of different types of raw material. Circle K Vietnam should have paid the caution of the utilization of packaging material during their manufacturing process and attempt to manage the use of without sacrificing product quality and safety. To reduce the footprint in the environment, Circle K should consider the use of friendly packaging materials such as paper box, straw box, paper straw, and paper cup. Regarding child labor in the supply chain, it is extremely important for Circle K Vietnam to trade the original of supply raw material, especially in the rural area of Southeast Asian region, where the living standard and literacy is still low. They should ensure that there are no children below the legal working age are involved in the supply chains, which can put children at the further risk of exploitation. So, that's all about our presentation today. With the recommendation about the Asia supply chain sheet activity, we hope that Circle K can apply it to their business, which can enhance the overall business performance at the higher efficiency. Thank you for your listening.